If your Friday routine is opening 3 tabs, copying numbers into a document, then staring at a blank weekly update for 20 minutes, this is the workflow I would fix first. Not with an AI agent that sends reports by itself. With one Google Sheet, one repeatable prompt, and one human review. In the next few minutes, I will turn a small sample sheet into a report draft you can actually trust enough to check. Important boundary: AI writes the first draft. You own the numbers, the judgment, and the send button. Use synthetic data for practice. If your employer has an approved AI workspace, follow that policy. If it does not, remove names, customer details, and anything confidential before you paste a summary anywhere. Here is the sheet. One tab is called Weekly Metrics. Each row is a metric, and the columns are this week, last week, target, owner, and a plain English note. That last column matters. AI is much better at turning a clean, labeled table into a useful narrative than guessing what column G means. Keep the scope narrow: revenue, pipeline, support volume, delivery status, whatever your team already reviews. Next, add 3 fields: change from last week, change from target, and status. Status can be a simple formula or a manual label: green, yellow, or red. This is not glamorous, but it gives the draft a point of view. A report with numbers but no comparison is just a receipt. Below the sheet, make a small AI input block with only the approved metrics and definitions. Copy it as plain text. In this demo, I am using a fictional coffee business, no customer records, no employee performance notes, and no live company data. The rule is simple: if you would not paste it in a public slide, pause and check your policy before sharing it with an AI tool. Here is the prompt: you are an operations analyst. Using only the data below, draft a 180-word weekly update. Use 4 headings: wins, risks, decisions needed, and next week. Quote every metric exactly. If a conclusion is not supported by the data, write needs review instead of guessing. Then paste the sanitized block. This does 2 things: it limits the job, and it gives the model permission to admit uncertainty. The first output is not the finished report. I compare every number against the sheet, remove a sentence that over-explains a small change, and add context the sheet cannot know: a promotion ended Tuesday, and one support queue was intentionally rerouted. That is the point. AI can compress information. It cannot know the business story unless you provide it. Now paste the checked draft into a document template with the same 4 headings. At the bottom, add a visible line: data checked by, plus the owner. That tiny field creates accountability. When someone asks where a claim came from, you can point to the sheet rather than to a chat window. If you already use AppScript and your administrator allows it, you can schedule a weekly copy of the sheet or generate a prepared email draft. Google Documents scheduled triggers, but permissions and quotas apply, so test manually first. I would automate data collection and reminders before I automate any external send. A report that arrives on time with the wrong numbers is worse than a report that is late. My final checklist is: are the dates right? Are all numbers exact? Is every risk concrete? Is there a decision someone can make? And did we remove anything confidential from the AI input? If any answer is no, the report stays in draft. This will not repair broken tracking, decide your strategy, or replace a manager. It is a writing accelerator for reports that already have a reliable source of truth. Start with 1 weekly update, run it manually for 3 weeks, then decide whether automation is even worth adding. Copy the structure: clean sheet, sanitized input, constrained prompt, line-by-line review.